guys, and welcome to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Before we get started, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe. Thank you very much. Yesterday's video was a part two, of the Elvis video I put out a few days ago, where I talked about David Stanley, his stepbrother, and he said that Elvis committed suicide and was messing with young underage girls. Well, yesterday's video is how he recanted what he said and apologized. I knew that was going to happen, but it made another video, right? Make sure you check that out. You get a bigger kick out of that one than the first one. Today's video, though, is on a guy who took Eric Clapton's breath away. And David Bowie called him the most exciting guitarist since Jeff Beck. Do you know who it was? Can you guess? Let's take a look. The legendary Jeff Beck passed away in January. He was remembered as a player who epitomized feel just about every conceivable way, summarizing the profound sense of loss for the guitar community. Total Guitar noted how Beck was truly in a class of his own. Same is true of another player that we lost more than 30 years ago, Mr. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan had that same magic touch that all guitarists strive for, never running out of ideas that would amaze a listener at every turn. As with Beck, you got the sense that this was a musician speaking through their instrument, conveying deep emotions, and telling stories via the means which they were most at ease, a rare gift in being able to effortlessly move audiences through honesty, passion, and charisma. Many guitar players will remember hearing the song Lenny for the first time and feeling like their eyes had just been opened. Stevie Ray Vaughan using sophisticated six voicings, Hendrixian double stops, and mouth-watering pentatonics to pay tribute to his wife Leonora Bailey, who bought him the 1965 Stratocaster, also named after her. Then there are tracks like Scuttle Button, which saw him defining what will become known as the Texan sound, ripping through open position blues runs at speeds few had even dared. From early fan favorites like Pride and Joy, Texas Flood, and Cold Shot to latter works like Crossfire, Tightrope, and the jazz-influenced masterpiece Riviera Paradise, SRV was in many ways the Jimi Hendrix of the 80s, paying tribute through renditions of Hendrix classics Voodoo Child and Little Wing, and also by tuning half a step down. I love Jimmy a lot, Stevie told Guitar World in 1984, noting how Hendrix could do anything, and was so much more than just a blues guitarist, while also adding how he had been learning various parts and trying to expand on it. Not that I can expand on it a whole bunch, but I try. Like the biggest hero and influence, SRV was a daredevil who would throw himself into the eye of the storm in order to conjure up magic, taking risks as an improviser, and somehow managing to never set a foot wrong or run out of gas. Comparisons can also be made to the late, great Eddie Van Halen and the sheer sense of technicality that they both brought to the respective genres. SRV, taking the innovations of Albert King, B.B. King, and Freddie King to new virtuosic heights, more aggressive than any blues artist before him and leading the charge for a whole new wave of harder-hitting players. His range of dynamics was as wide as it gets, going from furious tremolo picking and wailing bends to breathtaking moments that were as quiet as a whisper, making the listener lean in and almost strain to hear the ghost notes he may or may not have been playing. As Eric Clapton once said of SRV, "I don't think anyone has commanded my respect more." On that fateful night in 1990, when Stevie died in a helicopter crash, he and Clapton had performed together on stage mere hours earlier. In a heartfelt tribute, Clapton recalled, "The first time I heard Stevie Ray, I thought, whoever this is, he's going to shake the world. I was in my car, and I remember thinking, I had to find out before the day is over who that guitar player is. It doesn't happen to me very often." You know darn well if you're impressing Eric Clapton, you got it. And he had it. That's all I have for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe. And if you would, if so inclined, go check out Classic TV Facts and Trivia. Head on over there. There's some really good stuff over there. God bless. I'll see you on Monday Have a great weekend. I'll be praying for you.